Every day we wake up and step into a world filled with noise, deadlines, social media, people pulling us in 1,000 directions, and a constant pressure to do more, achieve more, and be more. But here's the truth. We often miss that happiness isn't hidden somewhere in the future, waiting for us at the end of our to-do list or at the next big milestone. It's right here within us, waiting to be unlocked, to move past the milestones that we've created, to prove ourselves right, and find the truth of our true voice. This isn't just a feel-good statement. It's a philosophy practiced for over 2,000 years. Stoicism, the ancient wisdom of Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus, has the power to completely reshape how we think about happiness, resilience, and inner peace. In today's video, we're diving deep into the timeless lessons of Stoicism, lessons that aren't just for ancient philosophers, but for all of us navigating the chaos of modern life. If you've ever felt overwhelmed, constantly striving, but never feeling satisfied, this is for you. These Stoic principles will help you find calm in the storm, stay true to yourself, and discover that the happiness you've been chasing has been within your reach all along. Before we dive in, if you appreciate what we're doing here, a simple favor I'll ask is to hit the subscribe button. It's free and helps us continue sharing this wisdom with you. Also, make sure you don't skip any part of the video, because each lesson builds on the next. Let's get into it. Let go of what you can't control. Let's start with one of the most powerful lessons Stoicism offers. Let go of what you can't control. It sounds simple, right? But how often do we actually practice this in our daily lives? Most of us spend so much energy stressing over things completely outside our control. Other people's opinions, unexpected events, or even the weather. We let these things steal our peace, and it's exhausting. Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus, were clear on this. The key to inner peace is focusing on what we can control, our thoughts, actions, and responses, and letting go of everything else. You can't control how someone else treats you, but you can control how you respond. You can't stop unexpected challenges from showing up, but you can choose how to deal with them. There's immense freedom in that. By trying to control everything, we're only setting ourselves up for frustration. Life is unpredictable, and the more we try to force things to go our way, the more we end up feeling stressed, anxious, and powerless. Stoicism teaches us to take a step back and ask ourselves, is this within my control? If the answer is no, that's your cue to let it go. Not carelessly, but in a way that frees you from wasting energy on things you cannot change. Marcus Aurelius wrote about accepting the natural flow of life, recognizing that we are only responsible for our own minds and actions. When you let go of what you can't control, you shift your focus to what you can influence. Your mindset, decisions, and happiness. That's where real power lies. This principle isn't about being indifferent or apathetic. It's about understanding the boundaries of your influence and respecting them. When you acknowledge that certain aspects of life are beyond your control, you conserve your mental and emotional energy, directing it instead toward areas where you can make a meaningful impact. This shift in focus can lead to a profound sense of liberation and reduced anxiety, as you're no longer burdened by futile attempts to change the unchangeable. Furthermore, letting go of what you can't control aligns with the Stoic virtue of wisdom. Wisdom, in Stoic terms, involves discerning between what is within our control and what is not, and acting accordingly. By practicing this discernment, you cultivate a mindset that prioritizes rationality over emotion, enabling you to navigate life's challenges with grace and composure. Mindset number 22. Stay strong when life gets tough. Life doesn't always go smoothly, and we all know that. But here's the truth. It's not about avoiding hard times. It's about learning how to stay strong when life gets tough. Stoics didn't sugarcoat life's difficulties. Instead, they embraced them, understanding that challenges are inevitable and necessary for growth. Gratitude is about the life we've gotten. Resilience isn't about pretending everything is fine when it's not. It's about recognizing that while we can't always control what happens, we can control how we respond. Adversity is an opportunity to build strength, patience, and wisdom. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself that obstacles are part of life, not something to run from. He wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." By reframing adversity, we see challenges as opportunities to practice virtues like resilience and patience. Facing challenges head-on helps us grow, much like building muscle through exercise. To stay strong, 1. Accept challenges as part of life. Understand that setbacks and hardships are natural occurrences in the human experience. Accepting this truth allows you to approach difficulties with a mindset geared toward overcoming them rather than avoiding them. 2. Recognize your power to choose your response. While you can't control external events, you have complete control over your reactions. Choosing to respond with calmness and determination can turn obstacles into stepping stones for personal development. Stoicism teaches us that resilience isn't about enduring hardship without feeling pain. It's about developing the capacity to recover and thrive despite challenges. This perspective transforms how we perceive and handle difficulties, turning what could be debilitating into opportunities for growth and self-improvement. Exit 1.5. Moreover, staying strong in the face of adversity aligns with the Stoic virtues of courage and temperance. Courage involves facing fear and uncertainty with bravery, while temperance ensures that our emotions and actions remain balanced and measured, preventing us from being overwhelmed by negative feelings. Find joy in the little things. We spend so much of our lives chasing big moments, achievements, and milestones, forgetting that real happiness often comes from small, everyday things. Stoicism teaches us to appreciate what we already have, fostering a mindset of abundance even in difficult times. This is the tale of a man named Agrippa. Epictetus said, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." Instead of focusing on what we lack, Stoicism encourages us to appreciate what's already around us. The morning cup of coffee, the warmth of the sun, or a conversation with a friend. Practicing gratitude daily shifts our focus from scarcity to abundance. Start by reflecting on 3 things you're grateful for each day. This habit trains your mind to seek out the good in every situation, enhancing your overall sense of contentment and peace. Finding joy in the little things doesn't mean ignoring larger goals or aspirations. It's about balancing ambition with appreciation, ensuring that as you strive for more, you also savor the present moments that bring immediate happiness and fulfillment. This balance prevents burnout and fosters a sustainable sense of well-being, allowing you to enjoy the journey as much as the destination. Additionally, recognizing the value in small joys cultivates mindfulness, a key aspect of Stoic practice. Mindfulness involves being fully present and engaged in the current moment, observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. By being mindful, you deepen your appreciation for the simple pleasures of life, making them more vivid and meaningful. Face your fears. Fear can hold us back, whether it's fear of failure, judgment, or the unknown. Stoicism provides profound wisdom on handling fear by encouraging us to face it head-on. Negative visualization is a Stoic practice where you imagine the worst-case scenarios, not to dwell on negativity, but to prepare yourself mentally. By contemplating potential challenges, you reduce anxiety and fear, realizing that you have the strength to handle whatever comes your way. Epictetus said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." By preparing for the worst, you empower yourself to stay calm and focused, regardless of external circumstances. Facing your fears isn't about being fearless. It's about understanding that fear is a natural part of life and learning to manage it effectively. When you confront your fears directly, you strip them of their power to control your actions and decisions. This empowerment leads to greater confidence and a proactive approach to life's challenges. Before you dive, learn to trust yourself, and must by necessity. For example, if you're afraid of public speaking, rather than avoiding opportunities to speak in front of others, Stoicism encourages you to practice and prepare. By doing so, you gradually diminish your fear and build competence and confidence in your abilities. This is the wheel of character doctrine, obviously an important part in spiritual tradition, but it is also one of the most interesting. Moreover, facing fears aligns with the Stoic virtue of courage. Courage isn't the absence of fear, but the ability to act rightly in the presence of fear. This form of bravery allows you to take meaningful actions despite feeling afraid, leading to personal growth and the achievement of your goals. Be true to yourself. In today's world, we're constantly surrounded by expectations from society, family, and social media. Stoicism teaches that real happiness comes from living in alignment with our own values, not anyone else's. Epictetus advised, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." By defining who you are and what you stand for, you make decisions that reflect your true self. This clarity helps you cut through distractions and external pressures, allowing you to live with integrity and purpose. Being true to yourself doesn't mean ignoring others or not caring about the world around you. It's about living authentically, making choices based on your values rather than external validation or societal expectations. This authenticity fosters a deep sense of fulfillment and inner peace as you're living in accordance with your true nature and aspirations. Furthermore, being true to yourself involves embracing your unique qualities and strengths. Instead of conforming to what others expect, Stoicism encourages you to cultivate your own virtues and talents, contributing to a life that is genuinely meaningful and satisfying. Another key aspect of this lesson is understanding that you don't need to compare yourself to others. Stoicism teaches that comparison is one of the quickest ways to lose our peace. Instead of looking at what someone else has or how they live, focus on your own journey. Seneca reminded us that we are all on our own paths, and what works for someone else might not be what's best for you. The goal is to live in a way that's aligned with your own purpose, not to chase someone else's version of success. To stay true to yourself in a world that's constantly pulling you in different directions, it starts with clarity. Take time to reflect on what really matters to you, what kind of person you want to be, and what values you want to live by. Once you have that foundation, make choices that reflect those values. Remember, it's not about being perfect. Stoicism isn't about never making mistakes, but about staying committed to your path, even when it's hard. Change how you see things. Our perception of events greatly impacts our experience of them. Stoicism emphasizes that it's not what happens to us, but how we interpret those events that matters most. By shifting our perspective, we can transform challenges into opportunities for growth. Reframing involves seeing situations differently. Instead of viewing a setback as a failure, see it as a chance to learn and improve. Epictetus reminded us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. This principle is incredibly empowering because it means you have control over your mental and emotional responses. If you encounter a difficult situation, instead of succumbing to frustration or despair, you can choose to view it as a learning opportunity. This shift in perspective not only reduces negative emotions, but also fosters a proactive approach to problem-solving and personal development. Reframing also aligns with the Stoic practice of premeditatio malorum, the premeditation of evils. This involves mentally preparing for potential hardships, which reduces their impact when they occur. By anticipating challenges and envisioning positive responses, you equip yourself to handle adversity with grace and resilience. For instance, if you face a setback at work, such as not getting a promotion, instead of feeling defeated, you can view it as an opportunity to identify areas for improvement and develop new skills. This proactive mindset turns a potential source of frustration into a catalyst for personal and professional growth. Moreover, changing how you see things involves cultivating an attitude of acceptance. Accept that life is filled with ups and downs, and that challenges are integral to the human experience. This acceptance fosters emotional stability and prevents you from being overwhelmed by the inevitable fluctuations of life. Be present in the moment. In a world full of distractions, being present is one of the hardest yet most transformative lessons. Stoicism teaches that our ability to stay grounded in the present moment is key to living a meaningful and fulfilling life. When you think about it, how much time do we spend dwelling on the past, replaying old mistakes, or worrying about the future, imagining all the things that could go wrong? Meanwhile, the present moment, the only time we truly have, slips away. Epictetus put it perfectly in his teachings. He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has. Being present means fully engaging with the current moment, whether you're spending time with loved ones, working on a project, or enjoying a meal, without being distracted by past regrets or future anxieties. Being present isn't just about mindfulness or meditation. It's about bringing your attention back to the here and now in everything you do. When you're with someone, truly be with them. Listen, engage, and appreciate the connection. When you're working, focus on the task at hand without worrying about what comes next. When you're enjoying a meal, savor it instead of rushing through it while scrolling through your phone. Stoicism teaches us that life happens now, not in some distant future where everything is perfect, and not in the past where we may have regrets. The present is where we have control, where we make decisions, and where we experience life. The problem is, being present sounds easier than it actually is. With phones buzzing, to-do lists growing, and our minds constantly racing, it's no wonder we often feel like we're being pulled in 1,000 directions. Stoicism encourages us to slow down, to focus on what's right in front of us, and to let go of distractions that keep us from fully engaging with the moment. Epictetus reminds us, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." This profound insight underscores the importance of valuing the present, rather than being preoccupied with what we lack or what the future holds. Being present also helps us deal with stress and uncertainty. When we stay grounded in the moment, we can handle challenges with a clearer mind, because we're not bogged down by what happened yesterday or what might happen tomorrow. We can focus on what's directly in front of us, tackling one problem at a time, and making the best decision we can in the moment. One way to practice being present, which the Stoics often emphasized, is through mindful reflection. Throughout the day, pause and ask yourself, what am I doing right now? Am I fully engaged with this moment, or is my mind elsewhere? This practice brings you back to the present, helping you stay aware of your thoughts and actions. It fosters a deeper connection with your surroundings and the people in your life, enhancing your overall sense of fulfillment and peace. Practice gratitude every day. It's easy to overlook how transformative gratitude can be in our everyday lives. But here's the thing. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca understood that gratitude isn't just about saying thank you when something good happens. It's about actively recognizing the value in what you already have, and in doing so, creating a mindset of abundance, even in difficult times. But think about it. How often do we focus on what we don't have? We get caught up in the constant pursuit of more. More success, more money, more validation. While striving for better is part of being human, Stoicism reminds us that true contentment comes from appreciating what we already have right here and now. Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." This simple shift in perspective can change how we experience life. Gratitude, according to Stoic philosophy, isn't just reserved for the good moments. It's also about finding value in the challenges we face. When life throws obstacles our way, practicing gratitude can help us see those tough moments as opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius often reminded himself to be thankful for everything, even the things that seemed difficult at first glance. He saw them as chances to build resilience, strength, and wisdom. Imagine approaching your hardships with that mindset, finding something to be grateful for, even when things aren't going your way. The beauty of gratitude is that it shifts your focus away from scarcity, what's missing, and towards abundance, what's already here. When you take time to acknowledge what you have, you start to realize that life is already full, whether it's the roof over your head, the people in your life, your health, or simply the ability to breathe and experience the day. There is always something to appreciate, and the more you practice this, the more your mind will naturally seek out the good in every situation. Stoicism teaches us to practice gratitude daily, not just when things are going well. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic philosophers, believed that gratitude was central to living a fulfilled life. He urged his followers to remember that life itself is a gift, and the more we recognize that, the less we are distracted by the desire for more. When we stop constantly seeking what's next and start focusing on the present moment, we begin to see how much we already have. Practicing gratitude doesn't have to be complicated. You don't need a grand gesture or a big moment. It can be as simple as starting or ending your day by reflecting on 3 things you're grateful for. It can be taking a moment in the middle of a busy day to pause and appreciate something small. The warmth of the sun, a conversation with a friend, or even the opportunity to learn from a mistake. When you do this regularly, it trains your mind to focus on the positive, enhancing your overall sense of well-being. Gratitude also fosters a positive feedback loop. When you acknowledge and appreciate what you have, you're more likely to notice and value even more positive aspects of your life. This heightened awareness can lead to increased happiness, improved relationships, and a stronger sense of purpose. Prepare for the worst. I know it sounds counterintuitive, right? Why would you want to imagine the worst-case scenario? But this Stoic practice, called negative visualization, isn't about being pessimistic or expecting bad things to happen. It's about mentally preparing yourself so that no matter what life throws at you, you're ready to face it with strength and clarity. I believe the best prepares us for real possibilities. That Stoics believe that by contemplating potential challenges or losses ahead of time, you actually reduce the anxiety and fear surrounding them. Seneca, one of the great Stoic thinkers, often said that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. How true is that? How many times have we built up something in our heads to be far scarier or more difficult than it actually turns out to be? By preparing for the worst, you're not making life harder, you're actually freeing yourself from the grip of fear and uncertainty. So, what does this look like in practice? Let's say you're worried about an upcoming job interview or a big presentation. Instead of just hoping everything goes perfectly, take a moment to imagine what could go wrong. What if the interviewer asks you a tough question? What if the technology fails during your presentation? Now, instead of spiraling into panic, you mentally walk through how you would handle it. Maybe you practice a calm response to the tough question, or have a backup plan in case the tech doesn't cooperate. By imagining these scenarios ahead of time, you're not caught off guard if they happen. You're prepared. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, was a huge advocate for this mindset. In his meditations, he wrote about starting each day by mentally preparing for difficulties, people who would challenge him, tasks that might be hard, and situations that could go sideways. This wasn't about waking up with a negative attitude. It was about acknowledging that life is unpredictable and understanding that challenges are a natural part of the human experience. When you're prepared for them, they lose their ability to knock you off course. The beauty of this practice is that it builds resilience. When you've already considered the possibility of things going wrong and you've made peace with it, you're less likely to be thrown by adversity when it shows up. You've already thought it through and decided how you'll respond. This mindset transforms how you handle challenges, making you more composed and effective in the face of difficulties. Negative visualization also fosters a deeper appreciation for what you have. By contemplating the loss of something or someone, you reinforce its value in your life. This practice isn't about dwelling on negativity. It's about ensuring that you don't take anything for granted. It creates a balanced perspective where you can fully appreciate the present while being prepared for the future. Moreover, preparing for the worst aligns with the Stoic virtue of prudence. Prudence involves careful judgment and foresight, ensuring that your actions are wise and measured. By anticipating potential setbacks, you make informed decisions that enhance your ability to navigate life's uncertainties. Focus on what really matters. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get pulled in 1,000 directions. There's always something demanding our attention. Work, social media, endless to-do lists, and not to mention the expectations of others. It's overwhelming, and we often find ourselves spread thin, constantly chasing things that, in the grand scheme of life, don't actually matter. But in the past, Stoicism teaches us to cut through the noise and focus on what's truly important, the things that align with our deepest values and contribute to our genuine fulfillment. The Stoics believed that a lot of our stress and dissatisfaction come from spending too much energy on things outside of our control or on things that don't align with our core values. Epictetus, a famous Stoic philosopher, reminded us that wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. This means that real fulfillment comes from within, not from external achievements, possessions, or approval from others. This can be the reason why such people say so many things sometimes, things wish for people to understand that forever the world lies. So, what does it mean to focus on what really matters? It means aligning your actions and your attention with your deepest values. Marcus Aurelius, in his meditations, constantly reflected on the importance of living with purpose and intention. He didn't let distractions dictate his life. Instead, he focused on being a good person, making wise decisions, and staying true to his principles. For him, that was what mattered most. We can take the same approach in our daily lives. Ask yourself, what do I truly value? Is it your relationships, your health, your personal growth, or perhaps the impact you're making in the world? Once you're clear on what really matters to you, it becomes much easier to let go of the things that don't serve that purpose. You stop wasting time and energy on trivial worries or the endless pursuit of more, and you start putting your focus where it counts, on things that bring you real fulfillment. One of the best things about this Stoic lesson is that it helps you simplify your life. When you focus on what matters, you can say no to the distractions that pull you away from your goals and values. This doesn't mean neglecting responsibilities or avoiding challenges. It's about making conscious choices. You become more intentional with your time, more mindful of where your attention goes, and more protective of your energy. You stop being reactive to the world around you and instead live in alignment with your purpose. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, wrote extensively about time and how precious it is. He believed that most people waste their time on things that don't bring them joy or fulfillment. He said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor." Stoicism encourages us to stop wasting time on things that don't matter and to invest our energy in the people, activities, and goals that truly enrich our lives. A big part of focusing on what really matters is learning to let go of distractions. This might mean saying no to opportunities or invitations that don't align with your values. It might mean cutting back on time spent scrolling through social media or obsessing over things you can't control. When you clear away the distractions, you create space for the things that genuinely matter, like spending time with loved ones, working on personal growth, or pursuing your passions. Another key to this lesson is learning to accept that you can't do everything, and that's okay. Stoicism teaches us that we don't need to be perfect or achieve every goal society sets for us. Instead, we should focus on what's within our control and what brings us closer to the person we want to be. That's where true satisfaction lies. So how do you start focusing on what really matters? It begins with reflection. Take a step back and ask yourself what you truly care about. What kind of person do you want to be? What values do you want to live by? Once you have that foundation, make choices that reflect those values. Remember, it's not about being perfect. Stoicism isn't about never making mistakes, but about staying committed to your path, even when it's hard. Conclusion: life will always try to pull you in 100 directions, but the power to focus on what truly matters, stay grounded, and find peace in the storm is within you. You've already got the tools. The Stoics provided them centuries ago. Now, it's up to you to use them. Thank you for being a part of the Stoic way. If today's video resonated with you, don't stop here. Check out one of the suggested videos on your screen and keep deepening your journey into Stoicism. Every day is an opportunity to live with greater purpose, clarity, and strength. See you in the next video.